Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered! And today it's going to be Cheese Compilation number 3, thanks in large part to Squeal of Fortune. He went through a ton of replays, found the best cheese, sent them to me at falconpaladin@gmail.com, and let's get right on into it. Game number 1 is going to be a PvT here on Circuit Breakers. There's going to be Cabin versus DeWalt. Top left-hand corner is the blue Terran player, Cabin. I think it's how we say that. And in the top right-hand corner, it is the yellow Protoss, or white Protoss player. I keep thinking it's yellow because the primary color is yellow. But it's a white Protoss player, DeWalt. How's our speed? That's too fast, and this is fastest. Bingo. Nailed it. All right, so PvT coming at you. I only check because sometimes you load into the games, and the speed is changed. I don't know why, and sometimes the sound settings are changed on their own. The StarCraft Remastered client is haunted, apparently. Anyway, who's going to be the cheeser is my question. Is it going to be possibly a DT rush, which would be a lot of fun? We're going to see maybe like a battle cruiser rush out of the Terran player, which I don't think is viable. I'm going to say right now, like, the time it takes you to get a battle cruiser out versus what it gives you in return just doesn't seem ample. It's good in StarCraft 2. Battle cruiser rushes are pretty great, especially against lower level players, and pretty viable against pros too, currently with how good the battle cruiser is. But partly as part of that, most of that probably, is the fact that it can teleport anywhere on the map without having vision. There's a cooldown on it, but man, that is super powerful. Yeah, the battlecruiser in Brood War does not have that, so battlecruiser rushing, I feel like, is not super viable. Alright, so barracks coming up, gateway coming up. So far, it looks like a pretty darn standard PvT here. We'll have to see. That's a pretty, well, yeah, I don't know. If you're planning on getting Singularity Charge as soon as the Cybernetics core finishes, that is not an early gas. Alright, SCV, are you going to do a proxy? Let's see. Let's see if you are. Cruising on down. It is an SCV. Looking in the wrong direction. Probe 2 possibly might actually be going the right way here, depending on the pathing. Depending on where it's trying to go. Marine in production from Cabin. Nothing too crazy there, honestly. Are we going to do a, we're going to expand is my question. No, it's a factory. That's a real quick factory. Cybercore finishing up, and you're going to want Singularity Charge if some, like, early tanks show up or early Vikings show up here, as the Terran player is not interested in expanding. Probe does manage to sneak on past and gets in for the scout. Very nicely done. Sees the barracks, sees the gas. I think caught a glimpse of that factory. That's all the information that you need. And SCV scouting around too, trying to see what is up. And the answer is nothing down there. You're in the wrong place, unfortunately. Probes taking some damage. 2 Marines out. Oh, that SCV expertly blocks both the Marines from getting in range of killing that probe. That was hilarious. Still getting chased out, though. Marines are a problem. You can't stick around too long if there are a couple of those in the defensive base in your opponent's base. Singularity Charge, as I said, getting started instantly as soon as that Cyber Core finishes. Factory's getting a machine shop, which indicates either we're going really quick for tanks here, or we're going for spider mines, or vulture speed. Kind of depends on the preference of the player, what they're going to do here. So we'll keep an eye on that production tab, see what the machine shop is for necessarily. Now, this still could be a DT rush. We could still be getting a Citadel of a Dune coming up real quick from DeWalt. SCV, can it get through? Of course it can. It takes like 8 hits to kill an SCV if you're a Dragoon. Dragoon damage type is just not good against SCVs. That's why you never see Dragoon drops on SCV lines. It makes no sense whatsoever. So actually, Robotics Facility coming in. This could be a really fast Reaver drop, which is super viable against SCVs, like incredibly so. We'll keep an eye on it. We'll see what this is. One base in it. Neither player really feels comfortable expanding, though. And that could just be a reaction to what the other player is doing. If nobody's expanded yet, then why would you expand? I mean, obviously, because if you can get away with it, you're going to be ahead economically big time. But also, if you expand and they have a big timing attack that shows up and you're not ready for it, that is bad too. So that's why we have been seeing things like Forge Fast expands, One Gate style expands, where you can actually get the expansion up and probably get some cannons down if necessary, if a ton of Marines show up there. But yeah, it is tanks, just tank production. Without siege mode, I don't see siege mode on the way here at all for the Terran, so that's totally fine. Engineering Bay coming in. Man, this has not been a particularly cheesy first game, has it? But it does take a while for the cheese to get started in Brood War. A little bit of time. But yeah, at this stage, it's really just tank production all the livelong day for Cabin here. Got an engineering bay, probably for detection, would be my guess. Maybe to deal with the observers that are in production now, as the observatory is done for DeWalt. He finally feels fairly comfortable expanding. Cabin does not feel comfortable expanding here because siege mode is not done for these tanks. I think they could probably push. With the Marines, the 4 Marines and the 2 tanks that we have is probably enough to shove those Dragoons out. But he's being extra cautious, maybe waiting for 2 more of the tanks to arrive before he decides to make his move, because he needs to expand. The Protoss player is warping into base right this very second. So Observer moving on over, trying to see what is up. And the answer is tanks. Tanks and more tanks. There's an Observer, or a missile turret on the way. Maybe hoping to snipe down a wayward Observer that's not paying attention to the things that it's observing. Siege mode finally coming in from Cabin. Still not willing to push down that ramp. Where are those tanks? Didn't you make more tanks? Are they still building? Good crap. Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, 4 tanks and 4 Marines, enough for 3 Dragoons, I would think. But perhaps not. Perhaps not at all. Observer comes in to see what's what. Going to take at least... Oh, wow. Did not take a single shot from that turret. Just kidding. Took 2 shots. 3 shots. I was going to praise you. I was going to praise your control, DeWalt, for not taking any hits on that Observer, but then you totally did. So I take it back. No praise. No praise for you. Taking a lot of damage there, actually. So what are we doing? 2 gating it. No robotic... Wait, what's this? Ah, robotic support bay. Okay. Alright. So this definitely could just be a ginormous Reaver drop that shows up and destroys the Terran player. Like crazy destruction here. Just right on between these 2 missile turrets. Drop. Everything dies. That's the sound of a million SCVs dying. Is another gateway. Yada, yada, yada. It's a 32 to 20 worker count because... Wow, pretty good here from DeWalt. Honestly, consistent pro production for sure. Just ahead in every metric. Except for the Cabin, who has a bajillion tanks. And that's not what you want. You don't want your opponent to have a bajillion tanks here. So Dragoons getting some free shots off while the tanks aren't siege. Getting 1. Are you kidding? Oh, the Dragoons are just doing terrible damage here. 3. You gotta eventually siege up. There we go. So lost a couple tanks there effectively for free. I don't think any Dragoons died there whatsoever. So don't do that. Is he setting up... I don't know why his tanks are up this way in the first place, to be honest with you. Still no expansion. I mean, this is 1 base Marine tank style push, but DeWalt having whittled down that tank count by 2 or 3 is insanely good. Meanwhile, where is our shuttle? We have a shuttle. We have a robotic support bay working on shuttle speed. I think I saw a Reaver. There is a Reaver. Okay, so there's a Reaver drop. Once again, the Dragoons just jumping on top of this army and murdering it. An unsieged tank vulture army is actually super weak versus these Dragoons. The trick is that when the tanks are sieged, the Dragoons have to get the heck out of there because they will die so fast. Where'd my shuttle go? Where is it? We're down here, eh? Alright, we'll keep an eye on you. Still no expansion from Cabin. I mean... He kind of has to win this soon, or do a ton of damage soon or something. Oh, is he going to Reaver drop on these tanks? Holy smokes, that'd be insanely good. Bam! Big time hit. Oh, the control! Oh my gosh, and then that is it. That's your good game. Cabin taps out, and DeWalt is your winner in 8.5 minutes with just some really nice short action play there. Ton of Dragoons with Singularity Charge, gets the Reaver drop down, big splash damage drop on these tanks. Everybody's dead. DeWalt just outclassed Cabin there. Managed to crush the army and get a base up while DeWalt was on 1 base. Like a 1 basing Terran attack should be a lot scarier than that, but nope. No. DeWalt had plans. Started whittling off tanks 1 by 1 early. Then just never got across the halfway point of the map here, did DeWalt. There's just nowhere for him to go. So Reaver comes in, gets extra hits off, and that's it for him. He's like a Reaver and a shuttle. I don't have anything that can shoot up here at all. Who makes shuttles this fast? Well, DeWalt does. And he gets the win. That's it for game 1. We are not anywhere close to being done here. Probably about an hour of content for you. Again, thank you, Squeal of Fortune, for the time going through all these replays, finding the best ones. Let's move on to our game number 2. Game 2 of Cheese Compilation number 3 is going to be on Neo Requiem. I don't think I've ever seen this map before, but it's going to be movie versus mysticism with a complete liftoff by the Observer, which means this is an old replay. But old replays don't corrupt until around the 10 or 15 minute mark, so Cheese is fair game here. I'm going to spoil something for you guys. we have a replay from Yellow coming up. I've had a lot of requests from Yellow, or for Yellow, not from Yellow. And as long macro games are corrupted because he didn't play in the current era, but cheese, again, works. Alright, so topside here on Neo Requiem is the green Protoss player Movie. And on the right side of the map, it is the red Zerg player Mysticism. And Hydra watching here, which is a pretty good player, honestly, observing this one. I really want to see what this map is. So this is it. We got our little cross in the middle here out of minerals. Kind of interesting Christian symbology there. We've got, oh, this is a weird map. This is old. This is one of those maps where you start out in a pit and then you come out of the pit to get your expansion. That's not great to wall off, and the gas location kind of sucks too from aggression. Ugh, there's a reason I've never seen this map before. It's not very good, I don't think. We got a base here, and I guess you can kind of mine through this and expand up here again if you want. There's not even any gas up there, though. What a strange, strange map. And it looks, I mean, how many players can fit on this map? Definitely 2. Is this 3? Is this like a 8-player map? 6-player map. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe it's 4 with just top, bottom, left, right. Is that possible? Someone who knows, I mean, I think that's what we're looking at here, honestly. Because there's no ramp up out of this base. This is not a starting location. It's way too small anyway. So yeah, it's top, bottom, left, right on the spawn locations. How strange. Well, I like it. I like it anyway. Let's take a look at the Fog of War back on. Alright, we're good. Who's being the cheeser here? Now, that is a pretty quick pool, but hatchery inside the base. This is old strats, man. I love it. I love casting old strats because the balance, I mean, it's all the same because they didn't make any balance updates past like the year 2000 for this game. 2001, so there's nothing different here about it. So the probe scouts it, right? The probe's like, okay, so there's a pool and a hatchery, but there's no gas. So I don't have to worry about speedlings, interestingly enough. But I do have to worry about slowlings, which zealots can handle fairly effectively. I mean, getting a cannon up might not be a bad idea. Almost got a block there, though. Finally expanding now is Mysticism. So this feels like he's not the cheeser. He'd have a gas by now for those speedlings. But having a macro hatch up is pretty nice. He is making 6 lings, man. I guess that's more in response to the fact there's already a zealot inside his base trying to murder his stuff. And it's going to have a pretty good time of it, honestly. Let's see who's doing the right thing right now. The drones are staying out of the way, out of harm's way, as you want to do here if you're a drone, and then the 6 lings pop. And now the zealot has to be like, rah. I guess I'll stick in this weird position where only 2 lings can attack me at the same time. I'm going to die, but I'm going to be more cost efficient than if I was fully surrounded here. And now he's just on out. He's got 2 kills, and I think that might be the extent of his accomplishments. And by golly, it is. So he's out. That was pretty well held there. I guess the Overlord scouted too. He saw the quick gateway and was like, we'll just make some lings. I'm sure there's a zealot on the way, and he was correct about that. Anyway, robotics facility on the way. Really fast robo facility. This could be another Reaver style opening that just gets it done, which I enjoy, honestly. Reaver, good unit. Probe, no scouting for you. Already saw the lair got started, though, or did he just start that when the probe was out of the range? I don't know. I don't know if Movie knows that's there, to be honest with you. We'll see. We'll see if he's aware of this or not. I mean, it looks like a fairly standard 2-base Muta style play, or 2-base getting some Scourge up fast, but there's definitely no sign of a Stargate. So, wait. He was making a robotics facility. Did he cancel that? Am I going crazy? Was he making a robotics facility and now it's gone? I feel like it's gone. So he's just doing effectively what looks like about a 3-gate play. Starting Dragoon production now. The problem is, Lings trade so darn well against Dragoons, and they're getting speed. Mysticism has some thoughts. Don't kill my Overlord, I believe, is among them. Please don't kill my Overlord. He didn't do anything to you. Zealots holding this ramp, which again leads down into the main base, which is so strange. But 3 Zealots out, 3 Dragoons in production. This is a 1-basing play. This is a 1-basing Protoss play here that basically Mysticism's going to have to hold off. He's got a creep colony already. A Sunken's going to be extremely useful against this. I'm more familiar with this style of build in StarCraft 2, where it's a 4-gate play off of one base, and you do want some static defense to help in that situation. So I imagine it's the same thing here. But yeah, Zealot, 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 Dragoon, no sign of higher tech at all. These are just unupgraded Zealots, unupgraded Dragoons, except for Singularity Charge, which you do definitely want to get. And the Zerg player kind of trying to drone up and get some SCVs up at the same time. He'll turn this into a Sunken if necessary, but at the moment, it's not super worried about it. He does have a Spire on the way, which Mutalisks would do pretty well here, assuming the Dragoons can be dealt with the Zerglings. And here come the Zealots. They're coming down. Sunken's on the way immediately. 1 Sunken and 3 creeps coming in now. That rush distance is pretty darn short, though. I don't know if he gave himself enough time to make this thing work. All right, Sunken's coming up. The 1 Sunken does get up, gets a couple shots off. Hugely important that he gets a couple shots off, at least. Drones fighting, just so they can kind of mess with the AI of the Zealots, so they can't get on top of these Sunkens. Another Sunken pops here. Oh boy, this is looking really tight for the Zerg player Mysticism. Drones fighting, recognizing, well, I can afford to lose a couple drones here, and then the Sunkens are here. 3 Sunkens, pretty intimidating stuff against these Dragoons. Although they're all in varying stages of being murdered. They're all low on HP right now. Another one down. The control by movie is disgustingly good at this moment. Like, really good. Another Sunken down. If these Sunkens aren't here, suddenly I'm not sure there's enough for Mysticism to hold this. He cancels the creation of a Sunken, loses the creep colony. And suddenly, Lings are a good answer to Dragoons, but not when it's a 1-to-1 scenario of 1 Zergling to 1 Dragoon. Drones again fighting. Mysticism still has that drone lead. Good control with the drones actually messing up the AI. Messing up the pathing one of these Dragoons. Not that that's hard to do, because Dragoon pathing is some of the worst pathing ever in the history of any game at all. Zerglings desperately. This is Mysticism barely holding on right now, but the army supply 48 to 28. I think Movie's got this. This 1 base 3-gate style attack. These Dragoons are killing it. 6 kills, 3 kills, 6 kills, 4 kills, 4 kills. A lot of these are Zerglings and they're cheap, I get it. But holy smokes, the control is disgusting out of Movie here. He's kiting back so well. He's not even bothering to kite back now. He doesn't need to. And that's it. Mysticism with, I assume, the GG. And Movie wins game number 2 there pretty darn handily. Little 1 base 3-gate action, getting Singularity Charge, calling it a good day. Getting a Forge for upgrades if necessary. But man, that Dragoon control. If he lost more than 3 Dragoons, I'd be shocked. 10 kill Dragoon. 14 kill Dragoon. 5 kill, 7 kill Dragoon. These guys really putting up serious numbers against Mysticism, who saw it coming, but not to this extent, I don't think. He would have had the Sunkens down faster. The fact that Movie was here before those 3 Sunkens popped, in addition to the 1, was massive. The rush distance was too short. Too short for the Zerg player to rely on being able to get static defense once the Protoss moved out. They were here in a jiffy. They got it done. I guess we can check out the final score on these. It's just with the shorter games, it's not as interesting to see this, I don't think. When it comes right down to it, 18,000 to 14,000, 61 units killed, and 8 lost for Movie. Okay, that was interesting, actually. That number is an impressive number. Okay, so well done. Well done there by Movie. Just kind of outclassing Mysticism with the micro and the build. Gets it done with pretty much even resources. Just kills it over here. Let's go into game number 3 here. Don't move a muscle. We find ourselves on Python for our next game. Another PvT here. Art of Shuttle versus Gundam. Right side of the map of Python, it is the Purple Protoss player, Art of Shuttle. Fantastic name. And on the bottom side, it's the Orange Terran player, Gundam. Alright, fantastic stuff. Hey, did you know you can support the channel on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for as little as $1 a month. If you're interested in supporting me, go to patreon.com/FalconPaladin. You can get rewards, you can get extra Brood War casts. I release 1 Brood War cast per week, a full month before anybody sees it on the channel, only available to patrons. All right, so purple versus orange here. We're going to speed this up a little bit. We're going to go to that ×2 speed because I don't see anybody proxying. Nobody seems to be cannon rushing at this stage of the game. Usually if you're going to be cannon rushing, a probe goes out fast because you want to find where your opponent is, you know what I mean? But as it stands, yeah, just pylon coming up at home. If this is a forge, I'll change my tune, but it's a gateway. And let's see what the Terran player's up to. Command center first. No, he's making a barracks because he's not an idiot. SCV moving on out. Probe moving on out. Again, these are just scouting units at this stage. Checking for pylons back here, though. Very smartly done. And maybe we could see a feint, right? Oh, that's a quick gas. Again, pretty quick gas. But again, Cyber Core on the way. And you do need a lot of gas for that Singularity Charge upgrade, so I think we're good. Think we're pretty darn good there, if you're asking me. And yeah, hit that like button if you're enjoying this cheese. That last game was really good. Thanks again, Squeal of Fortune, for all your hard work here. I mean, I just get the fun stuff, right? I get the fun job of just casting it, which I really enjoy doing. I don't enjoy screening stuff as much, which is why people screen for me. It's nice. Probe scouts in, sees the factory. No big deal. No big deal here. Question is, who's the cheeser? As always, the question is, who is the cheeser here? It's a double gateway opening. Ooh, this feels pretty aggressive. This feels like maybe, well, not an exact carbon copy of the last game, but pretty close to the last game where it was just a ton of gateway units showing up and wrecking face. The problem is, Marines and tanks are really good defensively against things like Dragoons and Zealots, especially if the tanks have siege, which they're not doing, but there's a tank on the way. He could afford it. He could afford siege mode, but he's going for spider mines instead. So spider mine's pretty good defensively against Dragoons as well, unless your micro is basically Bisu level, which if you're Bisu, it is. And if you're not Bisu, it probably isn't. So pushing on in here, the traditional attack with the Dragoons. There's no bunker for them to mess with, though. So I don't know. I'm not sure what they're going to accomplish other than, once again, kind of denying the natural base like we saw in game number 1. Which is fine. Denying your natural base is cool. But, it's not exactly cheesy. You know what I mean? I'm just, every time I say cheesy, I just have an image of, is it Chester Cheetah? It ain't easy being cheesy. Man, that's like early, mid-2000s advertising for kids, like on Cartoon Network. Anyway, Marine Tank, this is what I'm talking about. Marine Tank, not bad in this situation. However, the Dragoons do have the Singularity Charge upgrade, which means they're extra terrifying. The Marines trying to focus down. They get a Dragoon, that's big. Getting a Dragoon there is nice. And will force Art of Shuttle to retreat from this position. Maybe kiting a little bit. There you go. Taking down the Marines, at least getting them off the field. Siege mode coming on in. And it feels like a really solid one base Marine tank attack here out of Gundam. Is it going to work out for him? Great spider mine hit there. That one gets focused down. Nicely done. This one, though... Oh, it does. I'm not sure what killed that Dragoon. Was it the spider mine or the tank? Tank has 1 kill. Only one of those tanks has 1 kill. I kind of feel like it was probably the spider mine. This spider mine aggression is not going super well. Art of Shuttle is shutting it down. Except for that one. Okay, jinxed it. Jinxed it. Lost another Dragoon there. This is kind of snowballing for Gundam a little bit. He's got tanks in siege mode right at the front door of the Art of Shuttle. The spider mines whittle down the Dragoon count far enough that they can't really engage into these tanks without taking some serious damage. I'd love if there are reinforcing units coming here, and there are tanks on the way. I'd say re-siege a little bit here, maybe in range. Okay, the unsieging happens. Spider mine gets burrowed. That's annoying. That's so annoying. There's a spider mine there. Killing it takes a ton of Gosu Micro, and I'm not sure this Art of Shuttle player is capable of it. Oh, the tanks are firing. The barracks coming in for additional vision purposes. The tanks can fire further than they can naturally see. If a barracks or something spots for them, they can shoot further out. It's really nice to have this barracks here. Oh, I think this is it. I think Art of Shuttle is dead. His natural base is under direct fire by tanks, which is always a bad thing. Dragoons are fully retreating up into the main base. This probe thought about going down here and then decided didn't want to die. Actually, thought about it, decided didn't want to die. Robotics facility coming in from Art of Shuttle. If he can, I will be shocked beyond belief. I love bringing the barracks over, though. So good for distance vision and high ground vision, too. Ow, 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 ow. I mean, you don't want to lose the barracks. It's considered bad form to lose the barracks, but losing a gateway would be disastrous from Art of Shuttle here. I just kind of think as a Protoss, once there are tanks sieging up your main, you're pretty much done. You pretty much lost your opportunity to win this game because you can't catch them on siege because they're attacking your bases. And there's nowhere for them to go. Is he building an engineering bay to float off He is, and he's repairing his barracks here. So he really wants that high ground vision, and I can't blame him at all. Or maybe he just wants to build some turrets. Might as well build an engineering bay up here while you're at it. Do the spider mine, sneaking on in, throwing down those. Oh, the spider mine. Big spider mine. God, another Dragoon down. Zealot trying to jump on top of these tanks. Spider mine hits are big here, but the Zealots getting on top of the tanks is massive too. Oh, that tank is done. This tank is actually okay. So 3 tanks alive and 1 getting repaired here. Not as good as it was previously. Art of Shuttle trying to break on out. Vultures get on into the mineral line, start picking off probes. It's only 14 probes to 20 SCVs, 22 SCVs to be exact. Oh, this is bad. This probe count. The Dragoons are trying to stop it from happening, but they can, but not quickly enough in their estimation, I'd say. Dragoon's just not in position here. That's your GG. It's 11 probes. 11 probes here for Art of Shuttle. This tank push was brilliant out of Gundam. The Vultures getting in here, throwing down spider mines, which have taken out a few Dragoons, more than a few Dragoons today. There's no detection because there's not an observatory. There's no forts. There's no cannons. There's a tank inside your main base now. It's one thing for a tank on the low ground attacking your main base. It's another thing for a tank straight up inside your base killing your stuff. Oh, Dragoons down. Good game, says Art of Shuttle and Gundam. Is your winner here with the 99. I'm not sure what that indicates, but well done. Terran win to get revenge on the Protoss win we saw in game number 1. Beautiful. You know it's probably time for a TVZ. Quick check of that final score. 25,000 to 20,000 seems about right for the Terran player. Ends up killing 41 units, producing 82, just outproducing the Protoss for sure. And a lot of that is going to come down to worker count, but Art of Shuttle actually more gas mined, more minerals mined, and more total spent. Just the tanks are more cost efficient, and that's what was the win. All right, cool. Let's go TVZ. How's that sound? Yeah, let's do it. Here on Destination, it's going to be a TVZ featuring Zero and Flash. Yeah, we got some Flash in here too. Top set of the map, it is the blue Zerg player, Zero, one of the best Zerg players in the history of Brood War. And in the bottom, it's the greatest player of all time for Brood War. It is Flash. He is teal. He is Terran. Not off racing today. Well, have we ever seen Flash off racing? I don't know. He played a game against Light, where Light, who mains Terran, was off racing as Protoss. But, I don't know. I feel like Flash has off raced once or two in his life because he's played a lot of Brood War. Chatting here are the 2 players. Not sure what they're saying. Maybe a divided by sign here. A DZ from Flash. These are clues. We must work the clues together to figure out what's happening here. Anyway. Oh, that was... Okay, extractor trick to 10 supply. I'm going to say that was like a 9 extractor? It was. Extractor trick. But not expanding. And a drone's moving on down. Is this a proxy hatch? Holy smokes, this feels proxy hatch to me. This is early for a drone scout against Flash. I mean, I know having information from Flash is really important, probably more important than anybody else you'd play against, but I'm looking. I don't see a spawning pool on the way. I don't see an extractor on the way. I don't really see anything other than this is going to be a proxy hatch. Nice jukes. Nice moves. I think he has the distance needed. Oh, he got way enough distance from that SCV. Come on, man. Do it. Do it. Come on, Zero. Just right in Flash's face. Is that what this is? No, he's just scouting. He's going to expand up here. Wait, hold on. Zero. Okay, pool. All right, so we scouted in, saw what's going on, saw there wasn't a wall out of Flash, and said, you know what? A spawning pool might do me just fine. Kakaru overhead. Not concerned with the ways of the Terran or the Zerg proxy factory. Is that what this is? Is this Flash going for a proxy factory naked and exposed in the middle of the map? Could be spotted and killed easily if there was a drone running about, but the drone is over here, or was over here, now is up here. Oh, hang on. If he comes home... Wow! He has 2 drones out on the map scouting. Are you kidding me right now? He's got 2 drones scouting and he's not going to see this factory. That's the amazing thing. He has an Overlord in something of a position to see this too if it keeps moving, but it's going the wrong direction. This is how proxies work, you guys. Your opponent scouts and just doesn't see properly what's going on. Zero tossing up a quick Hydralisk Den. Oh, okay. Hydralisks really overpowered versus Marines if Marines don't have upgrades. Pretty good against Vultures too. Fairly bad against tanks. We'll see what this is. Flash based on, it looks like Vultures though. He doesn't have room for a machine shop in this location, so I'd assume if he was going proxy tank, he'd have left room for a machine shop on this side, but there's always the option to lift and plant later somewhere else. What is he also? And he's proxying a starport. Flash, you madman. Kind of like it. Zero's making a Hydralisk. He basically at this point understands that Flash is one basing him and he needs to have units available. So, oh, that's interesting. The Lings at the top of the ramp, kind of good. Because the Vulture can't see them without getting in range. Hydra, doesn't have speed, doesn't have range. Drone's actually messing him up, so he can't go around that backside. Does he escape? Oh, he doesn't even try to escape. He has like 0 HP, man. He's got 5 HP. Hey, another Vulture's here. You might want to try to kill that with your Hydralisk. This control is disgusting. It's honestly disgusting right now. Okay, Vulture down. Vulture with 5 HP does have 3 kills before he gets wrecked. I kind of like this. I really kind of like the Hydralisk play. It's 11 to 13 worker count. It's insanely low econ right now. Zero manages to sneak out an expansion, which is just fantastic news for him. Zero also droning up a little bit to make up for the losses that he experienced there. And what's the... Did he cancel the starport? I think he canceled the starport because he saw there were Hydralisks, right? If it was just Zerglings he was forcing out against these Vultures, he probably would have kept the starport going. But he canceled it once it was a Hydra rush out of Zero because, duh. I mean, anything you can make out of that starport is going to get wrecked by Hydras. So I like it. I like what Zero is doing. I like what Flash is doing. It's a pretty darn good back and forth game here. Drone does go down in exchange for a Vulture. You don't want to lose Vultures, though. I mean, again, killing drones is of the utmost importance, but also losing your Vultures means you kind of lose your map control. Speed for Hydras is almost done. Zero can taste it. It's almost done. Hey, he did lift and land a machine shop. All right. All right, all right. Is he going to see it? Oh, he's going to snipe down the machine shop. Zero. What does he do? Yeah, machine shop dies faster and is probably more important right now to Flash than the factory itself is. However, here come 3 Marines and 2 Vultures and an SCV. The Hydras have speed, which means they can kite more effectively with the speed upgrade, but the Marines, pretty mean. Range on the way? Yeah, Hydralisk attack range coming in here too. 23 to 31 supply. This is a great game. Wow, this is a great game. 2 Hydras go down. Another Hydra goes down here. Trying to kill these Marines, but okay, Vulture down, but the Marines might be more of a concern, to be honest. They might have higher DPS than we're looking at from anything else at the front here. Hydra shutting down this attempt at a bunker. Get out of here. Get out of here, SCVs. Oh, that speed upgrade is so good. Again, speed upgrades in any capacity in StarCraft are good. If you're going to make a unit, get the speed upgrade for it. That's what all the pro players do. This is disgusting micro from Flash, though, keeping a lot of his stuff alive there in a situation where I think Hydra's just walk in and murder everything for 90% of the player base. Okay. This... They have range and they have speed. They have better upgrades than you. Okay, that might be it for Flash. I'm looking at it. This feels like Zero might have gotten this win. 25 to 29. It's 2 bases to 1, though. Tanks keep coming out. Siege tank ability is almost done. It's all... If he can deny Siege, he could not. Tank firing. Oh, is he not worried about it? He's kind of split with his Hydras a bit. Dude, if he loses this tank, he's coming at it from a couple of different directions here. The repair on the tank, though. You can't count Flash out. You can't count him out. He has another tank coming in. He's just making tanks at this point. You want to make Hydras? I will make tanks. 2 tanks. Utterly more scary than 1 tank for Hydralisks. Another hatch coming in. It's only 14 drones right now from Zero. He's really been spending his larva on Hydras rather than on drones, and Flash doesn't have that problem. Flash can keep making SCVs. He uses production facilities to actually make army if he needs to, and he does. So Hydra's coming down the back way, trying to see, can we catch this out of... Can we catch these guys unsieged for 1, or maybe just go for the base race? Is he? Wow, he's cruising for the Terran base. He has some serious plans right now. What's Flash gonna do? He kind of headed back, but now he's going for it. They say never base race a Terran. Let's see how this works out for Zero today. He's definitely base racing a Terran. So Marines down. SCV's here to hold the wall. They recognize they really don't need all that much income. All they need to be doing. Oh, tank down. Okay, one tank down, but how many Hydras died? At least 4 would be my guess. The Hydras decided they don't want to base race the Terran, so they're heading back home. This game is bananas. I like it. It is non-stop right now. Pushing in 3 Marines and 3 tanks. 3 tanks, I'm telling you, abjectly terrifying. The Hydra's stopping to make sure this factory dies, so no future tank production is going to be easy out of Flash, which is good. It's a good move, but your natural base is under direct fire from siege tanks right now. Stim is being researched. Medics are under production. Bring in drones down. Bring in Hydras, and here comes the surround from 2 sides. They need to get in there before that bunker finishes. Is it going to happen? 1 tank down. 2 tanks down. Get the tanks. The bunker finishes, but there's nothing to go inside. There's 1 Marine. Inside the bunker, drones are fighting against the lone tank. The repair is real. Is the repair enough? No. The tank goes down to drones. What kind of game is this? It's a game that Flash is going to win because he's got reinforcing Marines here. And I think that might be it from Zero. He's down to 8 drones to 19 SCVs. He's got Marines firing on all cylinders. They've got Stim. There are probably some medics coming up next of all. If Zero can't push this off his front porch in the next 30 seconds, he's done. And I don't think he has enough Hydras to do that. I'm looking at it. He does not. There's no way. What a scrappy match, though. What a scrappy match. I liked it. Thanks again, Squeal of Fortune. I mean, I'm calling it a little bit soon. But come on. 18 to 11 workers. Zero's not even mining from his natural base right now. Additional Marines cruising on up this way. Medics healing all the Marines. They've got Stim available to them again. The Hydras can't engage with the bunker. I mean, I really commend Zero for standing in here. I do, but it's not like he has lurker aspect or anything happening right now. And yeah, that's just all the Marines are dead. Good game, and Flash wins it in 10 minutes and 18 seconds. A bit of a longer cheese game, but holy smokes, that was worth it. Wow. Wow. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Flash going for the old proxy factory into proxy starport play that you see all the time these days with the kids. Gutsy play from him. Ends up losing the factory, but wins enough engagements. Gets in the Marines. Zero, again, is kind of forced into this Hydralisk play. Doesn't really quite time out when to make drones and when to make Hydralisks. And Flash just straight up wins. What an aggressive play from him. Love it. Like it a lot, in fact. We're looking at 27,000 points for Flash, 22,000 for Zero, 50 units killed to 28 in favor of Flash resources. More gas mine from Zero, got that extractor up early. About even on minerals mined, and a little bit more spent there from Flash, but this is the difference here in just total number of units killed. These aren't Lings, some of these are Lings, but a lot of these are Hydras, and those are expensive units. Losing them in these numbers cannot be good for you. So beautiful Flash performance. Man, this is a great cheese compilation. Enjoying it so far. I hope you are too. We'll be right back. We're on WCG Paranoid Android, and it's going to be Hwasin versus Stork. Apparently being cast by Tasteless and DJ Wheat. Fantastic. All right, so top side of Paranoid Android. It is the orange Terran player Hwasin, and on the right side-ish, top side-ish of the map is the teal Protoss player Stork. Okay, it's not Stork, it's just Stork. But yeah, Paranoid Android, interesting map. We've seen some really great games on this map, by the way. It's weird, man. It is basically cut in half for each of these players. You have a little bridge to protect, a larger bridge to worry about, but this is the one that has a shorter rush distance between you and your opponent. So that's why it's easier and smaller to deal with. Your expansion is pretty nice, honestly. Defended over this side. There's a little back door you have to worry about, though. Oh, that sucks. There's a reason, again, some of these maps haven't survived into the current day. You got expansions that are pretty well defended, at least if you're not worried about tanks, which probably worried about tanks if you're Stork here. So I like it. fun map. Fun, different map. And that's kind of what this is all about sometimes. So let's bring that back up. And see what we're dealing with. The answer is we're going to speed this up a tiny bit. Oh, it's a proxy gateway, though. It is a proxy gate. Hwasin not scouting this. Oh, and a gas steal on top of it. Okay, we're going to slow this down because this is getting interesting. Ooh, the gas steal basically means all you can make are Marines. And if all you can make are Marines and Zealots start showing up and hacking your SCVs to death, you can't kill them very fast with just Marines. Oh, this is beautiful. This is really good stuff. First Zealot on the way for Stork. No gas at all here. I mean, he's kind of bringing some SCVs to kill this assimilator, but that's a lot of lost mining time, and it takes forever to kill an assimilator with just workers. So they're getting through it. 4 of them are attacking. Again, lost mining time. That effectively puts him at 9 workers. More SCVs attacking this thing. He really wants his gas, but is it going to be too late? He wants vultures here, but he's not going to get them. There's no way. He can't make a factory. He's making Marines. Like, a bunker would be kind of nice in this situation. Because, again, all you got are Marines, and bunkers are force multipliers with those guys. The Marine wants to try to kill that probe. The probe goes down, thanks to some extra assist out of the SCVs here. All right, so the assimilator goes down. Refinery comes up. SCVs and Marines. The control is really... Ooh, just kidding. Took a few extra shots. Those Marines... I was going to say, the control is insanely good. And then he lost a Marine for almost no reason. So don't do that. Oh, the SCVs with the body block up here. Very nicely done. Very nicely done there. Look at these SCVs. They're just happily body blocking as long as they can so the Marines can live. This is disgusting Gosu play out of Hwasin. Stork with a really mean build, but Hwasin defending as pretty much well as you can here. No sign of going for a bunker at all. He's just gas retrieving at this stage until he get a factory, until he can get vultures. Is that the plan? Is he going to do this until he can get vultures out? That's insane. That is so long. SCV down on gas. The SCVs on gas are getting picked off. That Marine, blah, blah, blah. 3 Zealots at once. Oh, and the refinery. Hwasin is building a factory, though. He is building a factory, which is all he needs, is to build a factory. Can he take down the factory is the question. With 4 Zealots of varying help? Maybe. I mean, I think the refinery is done. There's really no saving it. The repair is kind of nice, but that is so much damage going down on that refinery. Yeah, it's out. Okay, so refinery down, which you don't need gas for vultures. So this works out pretty well. Another factory, though. Oh, no, that's the same one. I'm blind, apparently. Man, this is crazy. This is nuts right now. The Zealots pressuring 3 Marines out, but in positions where they're actually kind of hard to deal with. So Vulture on the way. Again, 28 gas is plenty because you don't need any for Vulture. He's rebuilding his refinery. Marines, again, the body block is so good. You have to manually tell the Zealots to attack the SCVs, because if you do that, then it actually will attack them, but otherwise they'll get stuck behind them. The Vulture comes in, just irreplaceably important versus slow Zealots, without question. Hey, the follow-up, though, we've got a Dragoon. We have a Dragoon. We're working on a Citadel of a Dune back home. Dude, Zealot legs would be kind of sick here. If he can get there is the problem. He's trying to kill the Vulture without dying, but the Marine DPS is really good against Dragoons. And the Vulture's cruising across the map to where there's literally no defense at all. He's making a Templar Archives. That's not going to help against this Vulture that's coming to kill him. Oh, Dragoon versus Vulture versus Marines. This is just outnumbered. The Dragoon's in a pretty good spot, except Marines trade so efficiently that it's almost not even fair for the Dragoon here. He wants to get... No, he gets a Marine instead. Changes his target. The Vulture has shown up on the other side of the map. The probe... oh, the probe harassment. The probe harassment here is really good. The probe lead that we had here in worker count was really nice for Stork, but it seems to be dead at this point. Incredible micro on display here out of Hwasin. I mean, Alright, alright. Okay. Dragoon down. Vulture down. Dragoon did clean out the Vulture that was over here on Stork's side of the map, so we're at 16 to 16 workers. We've kind of settled down to a more standard game at this point. Is he building a bunker up there? A missile turret because DTs are out. That's what the Templar Archives was for. Is he gonna get the turret? Is he gonna finish the turret? No! 9 HP left on that turret construction. Shwunk. 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 Ah, the DT follow-up might be too much for Hwasin to handle. What a disgusting build. What a disgusting build out of Stork today. There's a reason he is one of the all-time favorites in Brood War. It's for stuff like this. Where's your detection? Oh, he's building it. Oh, he's got it. He's got it under the engineering bay. So it can't be targeted directly. Oh, well, it can. Hard to do, though. Factory getting hammered down. Bad. Really bad. Shots against vultures are nice. No more turrets for you. This is a disgusting display of as much control as you can have in Brood War. It is hard to accurately and perfectly control Brood War. Everyone who's ever played it will tell you that much. This factory is going burned down. SCV, I think, might be coming in to repair it as well as it can, and it is. It's actually putting the barracks over the factory, so it's harder to select. Again, same move, different verse here from Hwasin. Oh, I'm loving it. I am loving this so much. Seriously, Squeal of Fortune, you are my hero. He's actually getting shots off on the barracks because it's messing with his targeting so much. It's good. It's really well played stuff here. Dragoons versus tanks, Dragoons versus vultures. Another tank pops out because the factory's not dead. This is why you keep your factories alive, Terran players. This is a lot of Dragoons, though, with the DT backing it up. Turret's up, however, which means the DT, hang on, is not actually taking all that many direct shots, and that's it. Hwasin's out. And Stork is your winner in 8.5 minutes. Wow. Wow. This is getting an epic tag. These games have been epic. Sometimes I worry I'm overusing the epic tag recently, especially, but I can't not give this epic tag. This has been greatness on display here from Stork. Hwasin, incredibly well played too, but just too many Dragoons at the end of the day with DT support, and we were done. Incredible. Just mind-bogglingly great. 18,000 to 14,000. It seems most of these games are within 5,000 points of each other, with the winner being on top, obviously. Stork killed 40 units, lost 19. Good ratio on that one. Killed a bunch of buildings, lost 1. And then just outmined the Terran immensely there. Killing those early SCVs and forcing the SCVs off the line to kill that gas was massively good. Just, that was planned out from the start. I really don't even know what to say. Incredible. Okay, we got more. We have more of this stuff. Can you believe it? Don't go anywhere. Hit that like button. And finally, for the first time ever on the channel, it is Yellow. An incredible StarCraft Brood War player. I wish we had more replays of his that worked, especially long macro games, but thanks again to Squeal of Fortune for finding this and making sure that it works. All right, man, we are on Wishbone. Top side of Wishbone. On the left here is the yellow Zerg player, Yellow, appropriately named. And in the bottom side, it is the orange Terran player, Sync, with KPGA. Should we look at this map? I think we should. Wishbone. What's the story? Wishbone. Ever watch that show? It was kind of a kid's show when I was a bit too old for kids shows, but I have a ton of little brothers and sisters, and they watched it a lot, so I'm familiar with Wishbone. So let's see how you get to your opponent's base here. Down the ramp, up, around. Whoa, no, hang on, that doesn't work. Is this an... Oh, this ramp. Okay, you go up this ramp to get to your kind of expansion, I guess. Where the heck is gas? There's gas down here. That's a third, I suppose. Anyway, you come down, 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 and up. Okay, so it's not that much of a rush distance, honestly. Is this a 4-player map? This is a 4-player map. With all of the people kind of close to each other. like by air. Interesting. Interesting map. I like it. So who's going to be the cheeser here? It's always the question. Extractor trick there into a pool for yellow. Actually, pool first into an extractor trick. Aha! Tricked you on that one. What is Sync working on? His APM's 308. So what do you expect from him? Probably good things. And he's matching up against yellow. Like, you can't suck and be matched up against yellow. I just don't think... I really don't think it's possible. Anyway, Overlord scouting over does scout the correct location, which is really nice to get that correct scout off. Although he hasn't scouted anything actually. Did he might have just caught a glimpse of those SCVs and he's staying out of range of any Marines that might exist. Lings are out, though. I mean, that quick pool means you got quick lings. You got quick lings heading for your face right now. Thankfully, there's a barracks done. There's another barracks on the way, which is exceptionally useful in situations like this. The SCVs have scouted nothing. Sync is entirely in the dark about this, except, nope, the SCV, the brave second SCV managed to scout what's coming his way. And immediately, SCVs come for the body block. Without this, I think Sync might have just been straight up dead. So nice job, second SCV being sent out by Sync. Marine, oh, hang on, he didn't have enough Marines. All right. Well, or rather SCVs rather for the body block and not enough Marines to kill these guys. All right, this might just be instant death for Sync here. If you have this many yellow Zerglings inside your base, like Zerglings that are yellows that are also yellow, you might be dead, is what I'm looking at right here. There's no way. Sync's like... what do I do exactly? SCV's coming in, the lift, and the clutch repair keeps the barracks alive. I thought for sure that was dead. I did. I thought for sure it was dead. And it wasn't, after all. Zerglings, so dang scary. They don't have speed, though, so they're not abjectly terrifying in this situation. If they had speed, it'd be a lot more worrisome here. Pa-pa-pa, pa-pa-pa. This barrack's now getting fired down. The other one's still alive, but still burning. It's in the red here. Marines fighting, and Sync kind of doing a super admirable job not being dead yet. I don't know how he's doing it. It is through SCV body blocks, which we saw in the last game. SCVs have a lot of HP and are great at blocking for things like Zealots and Zerglings. They have a lot of HP because they don't automatically heal themselves like drones and probes do. That's why they have extra HP with the 45, right? 60. Dang, I was way off. Why do I think 45? Maybe in StarCraft 2 they're 45. Keeping them straight sometimes is a struggle. All right, so the Marine count kind of getting fairly nice here. There are no Zergling reinforcements coming. Just kidding. Maybe these guys are. Maybe those ones are. That second barracks is burning down again. And as much damage as these Lings have taken, none of them have really died. There are 5 remaining here. Second barracks still alive, having to be repaired. 14 to 13 workers, 1 base to 2 base. More Lings popping out right now. Metabolic boost on the way, but it's far a ways from completing here. It's not a very long upgrade, but it'll be some time. Which I really feel like a bunker would just be worth its weight in gold here. Put a bunker like right... Where do you put it though, right? Right here kind of blocks your gas income. No, it doesn't. Yeah, it probably does. Probably does. SCV scouting around saying, where are these dumb Zerglings at? Can we kill them all? Maybe. Actually, that's pretty good. SCV body block allows a couple of another Ling to die. That's huge. 2 Lings not nearly as scary when they're inside your base as 3, 4, 5, or 6 are. Especially not if you have 8 Marines running around. By 8, I mean a total of 7 with an 8th now coming and joining the rear. However, more Lings are present. They have speed. They're going to jump right on top of these fellows. And the Marines are in a lot of trouble. The follow-up with the speed was insanely good. He's getting Lurker aspect, but I'm not sure we need to worry about that today. Yeah, barracks down. Other barracks. There's a single Marine trying to stop this from happening. Speedlings are about 80% better than slowlings are. In situations like this, they can just jump on top of your units. They can flee more quickly. They can close distances in ways that Marines cannot. I mean, honestly, jumping in, coming from both directions. There is a bunker coming up, but it's not going to happen. He stops it from happening. Well, the Marines are dead anyway. SCV is going down. The bunker's finished, but there are no Marines to hop inside it at all. So yellow is only too happy to allow it to live. Oh, what? He got in! The Marine got inside the bunker! Sink is playing this really hard, but he's going to lose his barracks. And that's going to be all she wrote. I mean, the repair's real. The lift is real. 2 Marines inside a barracks. Pretty scary for this number of Lings. The problem is the follow-up of Lurkers is just going to ruin Sink here. Yellow's done enough damage to him. He's got enough of a worker advantage, 27 to 13 off of 2 bases. Looking fairly well saturated, honestly. Zerglings keep dying, right? I'm not going to argue that. Zerglings do keep dying. Are you serious? Repair, 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 repair. Repair. Are you? No, wait. Okay, it's down. But the Lings are out. So, I mean, Sink probably feels like he's doing all right. He is not doing all right. It is a 2-basing Zerg with 2 gases taken. It's got a 3rd base mining minerals up top. Just kidding. It's a 3-basing Zerg versus a 1-basing Terran. It's 41 to 20 overall supply. Worker count a lot higher. And army count for both. Lurker's going to show up. There's not going to be an engineering bay. There's not going to be an academy. It's going to be no detection whatsoever from the Terran player. And yellow is going to get this win. What a beautiful game. This pack. Squeal of Fortune. Oh, he doesn't even allow us the honor. I get a little bit. There was a little bit of honor watching the Lurkers get after these SCVs here. But yeah, from start to finish, that was just a pool first play. The attacks were disgustingly good. The little hold, not enough Marines at the top of the ramp. The SCV block was good, but not enough Marines to actually hold that. 1 Marine not ample. 2 or 3 much, much better at that situation. And then it snowballed from there. StarCraft is a very snowbally game. Sink fought hard, fought as well as he could, but eventually fell to the might. That is yellow. Beautiful Zerg play. Just wow. I don't know what else to say about that one. 16,000 to 8,000 points there in favor of yellow. Killed 31 units. If you kill 31 to 25 and you're a Zerg player, you're in a good position. And then just ridiculously outmined. It's another way you can win this game. So, okay, we're not done. Believe it or not, we have more StarCraft in the Cheese compilation coming at you. So, stick with it. Don't go anywhere. We've got more. We're here on Gaia. It's going to be Hwasin versus Pain. More PvT stuff. Yellow Protoss player, Hwasin top. Top right. Right next door is the blue Terran player, Pain. It is Gaia, the map. Yeah, separated by water here, so close by air, but long by land. Down this ramp, across the bridge, across the open plains. Up here, across another bridge, up another ramp, and then you're at your opponent's base. Man, there are some weird maps here. Blizzard got a lot better at making maps the further they went along at making them. What the heck? Ah, yes, a scanted hallucination. I don't know why it's here. I think somebody's explained it to me once before, but I don't remember. It's been too long. Oh, it didn't even do, like, the hallucination disappearing thing. Bummer. Bummer for sure. Anyway, this big wide open area in the middle here with some hybrids. Statues of those guys for some reason. Hwasin says, leave it very high or fix your lag. Oh, he thinks Pain is lagging on him. Rough stuff. Rough stuff for sure. What an accusation to make. Just slight lag. Okay, this is sneaky. Is this actually a 4-player map? Is Hwasin scouting? Oh, it is a 4-player map. I thought it was 2. They just happened to spawn at the top side of the map right next to each other in a way that looked like it was a 2-player map, kind of like ones that we've seen earlier today. But nope, definitely 4-player, and the probe went the wrong way scouting. I thought for sure this was going to be a proxy of some kind. Something he was hiding way down here, far, far away, but nope. Definitely not. So barracks here into a gateway here. So no cannon rushes today. Kind of surprised by that, but maybe, I don't know, maybe cannon rushes are passé. Perhaps they're boring for Squeal of Fortune at this point. This is very possible that it is. Anyway, probe now scouting again the wrong direction because just basically going counterclockwise at this point, and that was the wrong choice, and just kind of doubling down on it because what are you going to do at this stage? He doesn't know. He doesn't know where his opponent is. What's he supposed to do with his time? Doop, 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 doop. Scouting around and trying to find a Terran player. Can't find him, though. Bummer. This is a really long scout on this map. These distances are nothing to mess around with. Lol, says Hwasin. Here in the top right, the last place I scouted, unfortunately for me. Pylon, yada yada yada, factory here too. So at the very least, nobody's gone for like a 1 Rax expand or a Forge Fast expand or anything else, which makes it fairly cheesy to be one base in it like this, but we'll see what this one's all about. He's getting another supply depot, doing a bit of a wall here against potential Zealot Dragoon harassment, I guess. But the factory is going to be the bigger deal. Oh, that probe denial. That probe denial was sick by that Marine. What a play. I mean, he just stood there, but still, it was a great play. Singularity charge on the way from the Protoss, as is tradition. SCV, again, scouting the wrong direction here, just like his probe buddy did. Where's this probe going? Oh, probe. Yes, proxies. We got our proxies. Okay, so even if you do scout, you're not going to see what this tech is. Very unlikely that Payne's going to get over here and see what's going on. APM for this dude is 450, by the way. Why would it not be? Dragoon heading on out to see what's going on, and the answer is there's a bunker at the front. Again, Singularity Charge means you outrange Marines without the upgrade inside of a bunker. You can harass pretty well with this. And I think it's just going to look like regular standard Dragoon stuff, but this indicates something crazier is happening. And throwing a gateway down here. Ah, I thought that was going to be like, I don't know, a Citadel of a Dune or a Proxy Stargate or something. No, huh? That's fine. Ooh, a lot of shots taken by that Dragoon for scouting purposes, I suppose. But Singularity Charge about 60% complete. It will be some time before the Dragoon is ready to harass that bunker. SCV gets in without taking any shots from the exiting Dragoon, which is hilarious. Now, here's the trick. You should notice that your opponent doesn't have a third pylon yet, and probably should have one on the way based on the timing. At about 4.5 minutes, Protoss should have an extra pylon. Hwasin complaining about the lag, and there's the pylon coming up, but it's late because it's over here. Another gateway. So the trick here is that Hwasin sees a single gateway and says, all right, well, 1 gate, we can handle this, no big deal. But now there's going to be extra Dragoons. There's going to be closer to 5 or 6 Dragoons. You're used to the lag. You are Brazil. Okay, that's awesome. That'd be my favorite line. Meanwhile, a Vulture just walks the heck over here and starts murdering probes. Man, Vultures are zippy. Oh, blocks him in and kills him. What a play. What a play for the Hwasin. All right, now the Dragoons on their range can hit SCVs repairing to some extent. Continuing to push in here. This sneaky play is pretty good. Extra Dragoons showing up, and I think Payne is confused by this. He might be like, wait, what? Where are these guys coming from? Stop the lag, please. He can't stop the lag. What's he gonna do? Fix his internet? Alright, more SCVs coming off the line here. Is there even a tank in production at all? No, man. We just have Vultures. Do you have Spider Mines? Yes, you do have Spider Mines. Okay, this could be good from Payne. Some good Spider Mine placements. There you go, 1 Dragoon down. That counts for something. That doesn't count for nothing here. He's got a tank in production, but this is actually kind of nuts. Vulture down, Spider Mine down, Vulture down, Spider Mine down. This is not great control from Payne. And I think maybe he just jumps on this and starts going after SCVs. SCV count plummeting here with all of this damage. Trying to get inside the main base. Vultures can't do it because there are pylons up. And you put 1 Dragoon back here, and the Vultures can't do anything about it. The attack pushing on in. There are 3 Marines in this bunker, but the bunker's dead. The bunker is down, and I think the Protoss player with a sneaky play might have pulled this off. It's looking tight. That tank is the saving remaining grace for Payne right now. If he keeps that tank alive, he's in a good position, but he's lost so many SCVs. Payne has lost so many SCVs, and that's your good game. Too many Dragoons. He didn't have siege mode on his tank yet, and that is the tap out. So good scouting. Again, both players scouting late, but that's just bad luck more than anything else. Saw the 1 gateway, didn't anticipate a whole lot of Dragoon pressure, and then the extra 2 gateways down south. There you go. Surprise. Surprise extra Dragoons show up, and you might have Spider Mines to get some good damage done, but it's not enough. It's not enough. 13,000 to 10,000 there. Closer game than some of the previous ones we've seen, though the 24-to-4 killed ratio for Hwasin versus Payne is kind of nuts. Way to go, Protoss player. ends up gas mining exactly the same these players did, which is hilarious. 1088 to 1088, mining a little bit more and spending about 6,000 more too. But once all those SCVs started falling on the attack, that was pretty much the end of days. End of days for the Terran. All right, well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin. Just kidding, we're not done. Why did I go into we're done mode? We have one more. I just remembered. We're not done yet. Surprise. Surprise, one more game from two incredible players. It's going to be a TVZ. Don't go anywheres. Our final map of the day is going to be on a normal one, where we started Circuit Breakers. It's going to be Arc Neon versus Aeon Zerg. A PVZ, not a TVZ, had that wrong. If you're expecting a TVZ, I apologize. Aight, let's take a look here. Brown, Protoss player. On the left side is Arc Neon. And on the right side of the map, it is the purple Zerg player, Aeon Zerg. We've had him on the channel before for sure. Don't know that I've ever seen Arc Neon before, to be honest with ya. So who's the cheeser here? Generally, it's been an early pool from the Zerg that's been the cheeser, but there was that one PVZ where it was a 3-gate, 1-base style attack that really kind of caught the Zerg player off guard. The army arrived too soon, and that was all she wrote. But at this stage, based on the fact that Aeon Zerg's making 2 more drones now, it's not a quick pool, at the very least. Might be an overpool strategy. We could even just see a hatch first at 12, based on what this is doing. Yep, there's your Overlord. And Arc Neon on the other side of it. Got a pylon here, which indicates, to me, it's not going to be a cannon rush. You don't throw a pylon in an exposed position like this if you're cannon rushing. But, you know, if you show up in the Protoss base, or the Zerg base, and you kind of see what, or like what you're seeing, you can kind of just maybe go for the cannon rush anyway. Just call an audible, right? Oh, this is sneaky. Is that checking for a... There's no way that'd be a third. There's no way that Aeon Zerg would take his first base there. I think Arc Neon was planning on throwing something up down there, and then kind of got Overlord scouted and never minded. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. So there's your Forge. So at this stage, nah, it's your pool. So it's an overpool play out of Arc Neon, which is pretty safe from cannon rushes. Cannon rushing a Zerg main is dumb anyway, because look at all this creep. You might actually, on this map, be able to get a cannon up in this area and deny a lot of mining. And maybe even, honestly, hit that hatch if you got a cannon in the right spot. That creep does not really extend as much as I feel like it should. The blocking probe here being annoying, but again, not cheesing. This is something we see all the time. 2 drones, however, shutting it down and allowing the expansion to go down. Meanwhile, we got a single cannon on the way, and the expansion from Arc Neon coming up fairly shortly there as soon as he has the requisite 400 minerals. But yeah, Protoss, this is a safe and economical build you can do even to this day as a Forge Fast Expand. You get the Forge down as part of your wall with the pylon, you get a cannon up, you scout to see how many lings the Zerg player is making on the other side of the map. And then depending on how many lings there are, you make maybe 1 or maybe 2 more cannons. You might even have to pull some probes to stay alive, but you can definitely stay alive if your opponent went for an overpool play or a hatch first style play for sure. If it's a quick pool, then maybe don't even do this at all, right? Maybe keep it to 1 base, you're going to be a better spot. But if it's anything other than a really fast kind of a pool first play, you're going to be just fine. There's your gas, which indicates no speed from the Zerglings anytime soon. And Arc Neon, first time we've seen it, a Forge Fast Expand today in our cheese compilation number 3. Go figure. Don't know what's up with this, but 3rd base location for Aeon Zerg. Interesting, he just wants minerals here, which to me indicates a lot of Zerglings. I mean, if your 3rd base doesn't have gas, it to me says you don't want lurkers necessarily. Maybe a Ling Muta style could be pretty good. You can do that off of 2 gas pretty darn effectively. So, Zerglings moving out, more for a map control situation than it is to try to get in here. 1 cannon's enough to dissuade 4 Lings from doing pretty much anything. The run-by is doomed too. You'll notice there's a gap here. That's for getting out. And, you know, if you want to come in, Zerglings, you will die with your 4 Zerglings. But they want to kill this probe who's scouting about, or possibly trying to throw up some kind of a weird proxy. Again, this is a cheese compilation. So we definitely we see some weird cheese proxies here. But 3rd hatch on the way from Aeon Zerg. Kind of more Zerglings running around than I think Arc Neon is prepared for. Oh, snap. Is he getting snuck up on? Look at these Lings coming in from different angles and 2 or 3 at a time. And not... There you go. Gathering now, but it's way too late for you to get another cannon up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... This is... I think our cannon might just be dead. That's not a wall either. That hurts. Yeah, cannon dead. Problematic. Probes getting focused down. There aren't enough Lings to handle these two Zealots, but the Lings are moving around and being annoying, denying mining time at the very least here. I kind of like this play from Eon Zerg. He's denying some mining time. He's making the Zealots run about back and forth here. Arc Neon's not even throwing up another cannon. He's just like, we're good, I guess. Another probe down. Still 20 to 17 workers in favor of Arc Neon, though. And that's the trick. That is the trick with Ling pressure. You really have to get a lot of damage done with it to make up for the fact that you made a ton of Zerglings instead of drones in these situations. So I think Arc Neon is ahead. Again, some lost mining time. A couple probes go down, but he's up significantly in worker count right now. The third base is going to be real nice for Eon Zerg. Can he make up for that is the question. Replacement cannon now on the way from Arc Neon. Now, that was cheesy. That was cheesy for sure. Is he going lurker aspect? No. He doesn't have a lair. And there's just a regular old Stargate coming up. I kind of feel like I'm casting a standard macro play here. Honestly, out of Arc Neon, this is really standard timing for a Stargate. Going for +1 attack. The Zealots decide to come across the map and then hastily rethink their life choices. This one actually comes back in for reasons I don't know. The Lings cannot get a surround on these dudes. I'm not sure that Eon Zerg is trying, to be honest with you. You are faster than Zealots, even if you don't have speed. If you just stop attacking and just run past, block him off, and then surround him, he's dead. But this little, like, there you go, that's what I'm talking about, that kind of stuff. That's how you kill the Zealot in faster than 5 minutes. And there's the Zealot death sounds, classic as it's always been. Alright, so the Hydras show up, and they have the range upgrade. Wait, they almost have the range upgrade. Close to being done. Got an Overlord here in case it's DTs out of his opponent, which it's not. It's definitely Corsairs. Which Corsairs could be a pain to deal with if there aren't any Hydralisks at home. So this is a pretty big commitment out of Eon Zerg. This probably counts as cheese. Alright, cannon down. Other cannons trying to come up, but it's probably too late for those. They are not going to finish. Not with Hydras jumping on them. Not Hydras with range. Especially, and that just might be your GG, ladies and gentlemen. Probes fighting against Hydras and Lings. Nope. Thank you for coming, Arc Neon. It was a pleasure. But bam, Eon Zerg's your winner in 7 minutes and 3 seconds there with just a really nice ranged Hydra Zergling timing. I thought for sure the early Zergling attacks put him too far behind to win this game, but I guess he didn't need to go much further than this. He had 18 drones at the end of the game, which is not enough to really go into the mid or the late game against a Protoss at this level. But if you show up with a ton of Hydras and Lings and the Protoss is not quite ready for you, then you're just going to win. That's why you need extra cannons. That's why you need Zealots with legs. That's why if you see this coming, you need to get Storm real fast if you can, and then try to make something happen that way. But Eon Zerg gets the win to wrap this up. So Cheese compilation number 3, by golly, is complete. Let's check out our final score. A 4 we go. It's looking at 15,000 to 11,000. Yeah, it's kind of what we've been seeing today. That's a consistent play. 15 to 21 units killed. Pretty even stuff. A lot of Zerglings down. Gas mine, pretty even. Minerals mined ahead for the Protoss. Again, he had that second base up real fast and total spent just a little bit more for the Zerg, but a lot of that was spent on probes, right? A lot of probes created there for Arc Neon. Didn't get any Zealots out, any Dragoons out. Tried to hold it with just the one cannon, got the other two up too late, and he was toast. So yeah, that's going to be it for me today. That has been, and this has been, the Falcon Paladin Cheese compilation. Excuse me, Cheese compilation number 3. It's going to be January 2020 when this thing comes out, in case you're watching this far into the future. But yeah, that's it for me today. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and your cheese. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.